Morning folks, or evening folks actually. I meant to do this earlier but time got away from me. So Chris Billam-Smith dropped a unanimous decision and his WBO Cruiserweight title to Giberto Zurdo Ramirez in what turned out to be a fucking fantastic fight. I really enjoyed this one. So Ramirez is now he's got two of the belts at Cruiserweight, and it looks like he's in line for a potential shot at the IBF and Ring Magazine champion in Giberto. That'll be a fucking good one. But this fight here, now Billam-Smith, he was very brave, and he fought spectacularly considering what was going on. Now in the first round, Billam-Smith came out. He's a naturally bigger guy. He's the natural cruiserweight. He's more settled at the weight, and he fought this, took this opening round quite easily. He was pushing Ramirez back with a couple of right hands. He was very effective with his straight right hand, and it was pushing Ramirez back. He wasn't necessarily hurt as such, and Billam-Smith was working well to the body. And I thought, well, if we can keep this up, this might be, he might be able to take this one, because I predicted that Ramirez would win this one all along. I thought it'd be quite easy for him. However, from round 2 to about round 7, Ramirez took over. Faster hands, better footwork. He was able to keep it long at times. He was catching Billam-Smith with the right hook on the inside as Smith was coming in. He was forcing him back with a straight left hand, southpaw left hand to the jaw, working it well to the body. I mean, Billam-Smith was having success. It wasn't like he was taking a complete beating, but he was just getting outworked for every one punch that Billam-Smith would land, and he was landing some nice uppercuts on the inside. He was able to get, when he was able to get close, work on the inside and use his size, use the hooks and the uppercuts in close. He was actually doing well, but Ramirez was able to push away, work his way out of situations, and just was using his fast hands, landing the combinations on Billam-Smith. By the fourth, Billam-Smith had a badly swollen left eye and a cut. I think he ended up with 2 cuts, one above and one below that eye. And yeah, he was taking a bit of a pasting. His mouth was swollen, his mouth was open at times for a lot of the fight. As I was saying, for every one punch that Billam-Smith was landing, he was taking 2 or 3 back each time from Zurdo. I mean, Zurdo was phenomenal in this fight. I gave the, where are we? I'm just looking at my scorecard from yesterday. I gave the 8th to Billam-Smith, because I felt he just sort of, it's like he realised that, yeah, this fight's getting away from me, and he was sort of pushing back, and he landed a nice right hand at one point, and it kind of pushed Ramirez back, and he was landing some body punches, and you could almost see like Ramirez sort of thinking, oh, hang on a minute, this guy's not gone, he's not folded up yet. But then Ramirez took the 9th. It's just that it was the superior hand speed, and the combinations, and so accurate as well. He was so accurate, he didn't really waste a lot, working nicely to the head and body, and a lot of his straight left hands and his right hooks, they were really knocking Billam-Smith's head back, right, and snapping his head back on his shoulders. So because they're the eye-catching ones, they're the damaging ones. I gave the 10th and 11th to Billam-Smith. It was almost a little bit like Ramirez was slowing down a little bit. I mean, obviously, they both fought at a heavy pace. It was a grueling fight for both guys, and I felt that he came back in those 2 rounds, and he was really putting it on Zurdo at times. When you think he was about ready to fold up, Billam-Smith would just fire back with body punches and lovely uppercuts on the inside when they were in close. He was really snapping those right uppercuts up, and they were, catching Ramirez pretty flush at times. Wonderful fight. 12th round gave to Ramirez. He just was, again, it was his superior hand speed, movement, variation of punches, combinations, and that's what took it for him. I scored it 116-112, as did 2 of the judges. One judge had it 116-113, no problem with that. Billam-Smith was an absolute gentleman, as he always is at the end. Better man won, and he was completely outgunned in there. So yeah, it is sad to see Billam-Smith lose it, but like I said, I've not been particularly impressed with Billam-Smith's reign as champion. I mean, he won the title from McCauley in frankly, an atrocious fight, absolutely atrocious fight. He was struggling with Mateus Masternak about a year ago, before Masternak got it. Yeah, I think it was he basically quit on his stall. He was pulled out, and then the Riakporhe fight was awful earlier this year. So, it was a matter of time. As soon as I saw this fight was announced, I thought Ramirez will have this. Might even stop him. He didn't stop him. Wonderful fight. Two great guys, like I say. I think the next step for Ramirez, he's got 2 of the belts, is to get him in with Jai Opetaia. That would be a fucking fantastic fight. I didn't see too much of the undercard. I was kind of flicking back and forth. I saw highlights later on of William Zepeda and Tevin Farmer. That was a great fight, that was. And I saw it was on, but I wasn't. We had company, so I was kind of in and out of it. Really, I'll have to watch it properly. Oscar Collazo, the Puerto Rican fighter, unified his WBO strawweight title with the WBA title by knocking out long-time WBA champion, knockout CP Freshmart. Now, his I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce his real name, Freshmart's real name, because I'd fuck it up basically, and it's just easier to say knockout CP Freshmart. That's what he's also known as. Long-time champion. I think he won that belt in 2016, I think. So what's that, 8 years ago? Long-time champion. He was taken out in the 7th. And yeah, so Oscar Collazo is now, not only is he a unified champion at strawweight, he's also the inaugural Ring Magazine strawweight champion as well, which is quite historic. They've never had one before. So yeah, it's nice to see the strawweights, or mini flyweights, or minimum weights, whatever you want to call it. I always call it strawweight. That's what I've always known it as. It's nice to see that lowest of the male division sort of getting a spot on a decent card, because they tend to get forgotten about. I mean, it is a very good division, always has been. So, but yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. Great night of boxing. 2 unified champions on the same card. Long may it continue. Right, okay folks, that's enough out of me. I hope you're well. Thank you for watching and listening to me ramble on as usual. Take care folks, and I'll speak to you soon.